Hey guys, what's on the video on the Inside Spurs channel? Happy Wednesday evening. I hope you're all okay. I hope you're all right. I hope the day has treated you as well as it possibly could have treated you. It's looking pretty miserable outside. It's looking pretty wet. So kick back, relax, listen to this absolute full talk some football. So in this video, we are talking about obviously the press conference that happened today. Mostly we're going to be talking about Sonny's input in the press conference. We're going to be talking about the contract situation. We do have an update on that. We're going to be talking about the Rodrigo Bentancur situation. We're going to be talking about the added games that players play. So we're talking about a lot of things when it comes to Sonny and what he said. There's lots to get into and lots to sort of decipher through. I just want to say that if you're watching this and you're new, subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. Evening Spurs, mate. How are we? Evening Van Gogh. How are we, mate? Even Sonia, evening Dan. Yeah, we do need a Sonny extension. Just watched back yesterday's video and got my name mentioned. Getting popular here. Well, Jazz, if you're going to come in here and, correct me when I'm wrong, I'm going to have to shout you out for doing such a good job. You should do. There's the mic, my friend. Come and do it for me. You'll probably get more subscribers than I would. So look, let's sort of jump in and talk about. Fair enough, Marshall. Sorry, we're going to talk about the quotes from this because I think there's some really good stuff coming out of this press conference. I really do. And looking at it, these are all from Alistair Gold. And what I'll do is I'm actually going to start with the demands being put on players through added fixtures. And he said that he doesn't don't get me wrong. We love playing football. That's clear. It's not only just about the games, though. It's the travelling, it's the preparation, it's a lot of work. For example, City's games when they played Sunday and Tuesday, that's not even flexible. This is what we're talking about. It's normal that people get injured and there's a high risk of injury and it's not fair. I mean, well, this is one thing I wanted to talk about because let's think about Spurs as a whole. Let's think about Spurs' fixture list this season. Let's think about what goes into our season. You've got the Premier League, which obviously get 38 games a year. You've got the Europa League, which is another 8 games a year. They've played an extra game, obviously, already in the Carabao Cup. So you're talking about 47 games. There'll be a 48th game in the EFL Cup or Carabao Cup or whatever you Carling Cup, League Cup, whatever you may want to call it. Spurs can play another one in the FA Cup. So already, the Spurs are at 50 games a season already. And that's with no progression in the Europa League, no progression in the FA Cup, no progression in the League Cup. So let's say Spurs they played 12 games in Europa. They got through a couple of rounds of knockouts, but nothing mental. They were at 50 games without any additions from the domestic cups. Let's say they go 3 or 4 rounds in the EFL Cup and they go 3 or 4 rounds in the FA Cup. You're talking about nearly 58, nearly 60 games a season. And this is why I talked about, don't look at us having to sign players that are going to impact the first team there and then. Just getting in bodies that you're going to just actually sit there and go, yeah, but we can play them without having the fear of the drop-off. Hence why it does make me a bit cautious with the Jed Spence situation. I thought he had a really good pre-season, but then obviously not being included into this European squad does give me a pause for concern. They've obviously incorporated Sergio Reguilon into the squad as well now. So look, it was something that I wanted to bring. Maybe it's not the most sexy of topics. Maybe it's not the most exciting of topics. It wasn't about that. It was more about having a chat about, I think, what Spurs are going to have issues with this season, and that is just the sheer volume of games. So when people go, is Mikey Moore going to get minutes? Is Lancashire going to get minutes? Is Gray and Bergvall, are these guys going to get minutes? The safest answer to tell you is yes, they will get a lot of them as well because they're going to have to play. Not because they're so much better than players in their positions. On the contrary, we just need bodies. And if Bentancur is going to miss, a good 6+ games, let's say he misses 6 games. I mean, 6 games that let's say Basuma drops off with an injury or we lose a couple of other players. Like let's say Archie Gray misses some time or Pape Matar misses time. You're starting to get quite stretched, and that's why I brought this in. Watch this video of Floyd Mayweather. It's extremely funny. Fair enough. Somehow, I don't think so, but never say never. We could collab like Jazzy, Jeff, and Fresh Prince. Wow, fair play. Hey, Fish and Plots, mate. How are you? How are you, my friend? So look, let's move on. He goes on to talk about Bentancur and the FA charge. He says, "I love Rodrigo. I love him. We've got a lot of good memories. He knew and he apologized straight afterwards. I was on holiday. I didn't even know what happened. He sent me a long text, and you could tell it was from his heart. He then saw me at the training ground, and he was almost crying. He felt really sorry. We're all human. We make mistakes. I love Rodrigo, and move on together as a brother. We just have to wait for the FA's process, and that's all I can say." And look, for me, that's great leadership. I think that for me is the media looking at Sonny and going, we've got him in front of a microphone. Can we get some clickbaity news items out of Sonny surrounding the Bentancur situation? Because obviously he got charged, officially charged a week ago tomorrow. So on the 19th, he was officially charged. You got a situation here with that. How does that fester? How does that go around in the training ground, and how does that go around in the squad? And I think it's been handled as probably as well as you could possibly have hoped for. Just you're looking from a bird's eye view on this. But I think with Sonny, he answered that as well as you probably could hope for. But with the situation, obviously, yeah, he's gonna miss time. The way I'm gonna look at it is he's gonna miss at least 6 games. They may make an example of him. You know, they seem to struggle to make examples of other players, but they'll make an example of Bentancur, and they're all going to harp on with that, because they'll go look at Bentancur and they'll go, well, look what he did. You know, he's got himself a ban for Uruguay for 4 games or whatever it is. Well, look, we'll do it now. We'll give him another big ban as well. Let's hope it is only just the 6 games. It's no more than that. But, you know, it's a rightful punishment. You know, it's a rightful punishment. You hope they go on strike. Well, they might go on strike. Yeah, people go, well, look how much money you earn and things like that. It's like, yeah, but I get where they're coming from. They're not saying we don't want to play twice a week. It's the fact they're playing like 3 games in 8 days, you know, or they're playing 3 games in 7 days. Or in Man City's case, they're playing 2 games in 2 days. It's not easy. It isn't easy. The money obviously helps. I won't deny that. But, I mean, you think Man City played Sunday afternoon at 4:30. They played yesterday evening at 7:45. There's a reason that 16-year-old was playing. Now, obviously, they're in their situation. They have a benefit of the situation to say, well, we've got John Stones playing. We've got Jack Grealish playing. Phil Foden was playing. Jeremy Doku was playing. You know, Mateus Nunes was playing. I think Kovacic was playing. No, Kovacic wasn't playing. Sorry. No, it was the 2 youngsters that were playing. But obviously, a lot of obviously the benefit in their squad is they've got so many great players and they've got loads of depth and things like that. But had this been Man City early on and early doors, they wouldn't have that depth, you know. It's honestly just ridiculous. Ban Enzo's is out here like nothing happened, and Bentancur's 6 game or even worse ban, just ridiculous. Well, actually, Enzo got himself a promotion. He got himself a vice captaincy role. Look, that's what he needs. Their third goalkeeper still does F4. Who's third goalkeeper? You mean Scott Carson from Man City? Man, I told you the story that we've all heard from Ben Foster. He's best mates with Edison, mate. So let's talk about the contract situation. And he said that we haven't talked about anything yet. It's very clear from me. I'm very focused on this season. At this age, every second is like a goal, especially this season. We're a lot of competitions. It feels like I am taking even more care on this. I'm fully focused on this year. I just want to win something that everyone at the club deserves. In the future, you never know what will happen, but I'll give everything for this club because it's been 10 years and I give everything. You know, again, Sonny knows how to handle the media better than, you know, I think most players do. He's handled that with absolute grace. You know, look, well, Sonny's contract officially expires next summer. Now, Spurs obviously have the option to extend with another year. We know that. So Spurs, and I expect Spurs to pick up that option. I really do. Don't think that I think he's going on a free next summer. I still expect him to get a contract extension regardless of the option. You know, we've talked about on this channel, you know, how many years would you be comfortable giving Sonny? Do you give him the option with another year? You know, does he get a 3-year deal? Does he get a 2-year deal? Does he only get the option and that's it? You know, and there was conflicting reports from you know, us guys in polls and things like that. For me, I think he gets a 2-year deal with an option extend for another year. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it, you know, and look, he is deserving of it. You know, people go, you can see he's on the decline. Well, if 27 goal contributions in the Premier League is on a decline, good God almighty, that's unbelievable. Players would absolutely kill for that in their primes. You know, 17 goals, 10 assists is what Sonny's had or whatever it was. But you could say someone 20 goals, 7 assists. They're still taking that, you know. So look, I think he gets the extension. I really, really do think it's the extension. I think they'll probably pick up the option regardless, but I definitely think the extension should be having, you know. So well, let's keep an eye on that, obviously, with Sonny. I think it's deserving. I hope he does I hope he does get the extension. I think he deserves it. Now, I'm not saying he deserves a 4-year, a 5-year deal. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But what I am saying is, if you think of our attack, he's still our best player. You know? Is it a bit crackly? Right, I've unmuted and muted. See what happens. Mourinho dealt bells to the media. Mourinho did not do well with the media. Hey, Simon, mate, how are you? Sonny needs a 10-year contract extension. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, James. 2-year deal seems reasonable, maybe more, potentially. Tottenham also saying it should be renamed Son Heung-Min Stadium. Yeah, the issue is there's no money for that, for Daniel Levy. There's no money. You know? So look, we'll have to wait and see on the situation with Sonny. But look, I just wanted to have a quick chat with you this evening, obviously talking about all things that was said around Spurs. My Twitter's been popping off today for no reason. No idea why. But it has been. But hey, we shall see on that one. But yes, thank you all so much for joining me this evening. Look after yourself this evening. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Kick your feet up. Watch some football. There's some good football on tonight. Watch some football. Obviously, Spurs playing tomorrow. That's where the real stuff is anyway. Enjoy the rest of your evenings, everyone. And I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Peace.